Every shot counts.
What's going on, guys? Atlas here, back with another video. What we're going to be talking about today is my opinions on Black Ops 4. So I wanted to sit down before the beta is released. They're speculating that'll be coming out around August. And then with the full game release in October, I wanted to sit down now, talk about my opinions of what I like so far, what I don't like so far, and see if my opinions change as time progresses. When the beta comes out, I play the beta until the actual full game comes out, and I play that full game. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna play a little bit of BO3 in the background, and we're just gonna talk about my opinions. So without further ado, we're gonna get right on into the video. Alrighty, guys, getting into the main parts of the game. As you can tell, I thought it'd be pretty fitting to use the new sniper rifle on the Back in Black playlist for the video. So the way I'm gonna do this is I'm gonna talk about the things I don't like about the game first, the things I do like about the game, and then all of the extra stuff, zombies, blackout, anything extra that I want to talk about in the video. We'll definitely have to break this up into different games. I've already tried recording this once and it went over like a full TDM match, and I've already joined this one late, so we'll definitely break this up into multiple games and go from there. But the first thing I want to talk about is the hype around the game. So a lot of people are hating on the game because it looks too much like BO3 but boots on the ground. I think the game looks fantastic. I think the game looks amazing. I think everything about the game looks awesome. I think the game looks like a not as futuristic version of BO3 with boots on the ground. I think some of the guns look like they're from IW, which I'm okay with. I know a lot of people didn't like IW, but I actually love that game. I stream it all the time. I think that game is fantastic. So with the hype around, I think the reason the hype around BO3 is so bad is because people got their hopes up with World War II, and then, you know, the game got really boring very quickly. Like, I love the game. I hit Master Prestige in the game. I played a lot of the game, but at the same time, once you get Master Prestige, you do the things there's not a whole lot to do. Versus this, I can do all the specialists, I can do all the specialist challenge, you know, there's tons of stuff to do, super fast paced. That game just seemed to get slower and slower and slower, and then lobbies were getting worse and worse and worse, and it happened very quickly. So as much as I love the game, the hype around it was not as, you know, the hype started off very good and people got their hopes up, and then it died down very quickly. So I think the reason the hype in this game is so bad is because people don't want to get their hopes up with this game. I think the reason the hype in World War II was as much as it was to begin with is because it was the first game back on boots on the ground. Now, saying that, you know, I'm glad BO4 is gonna be boots on the ground, but it's not the first one. So the hype there, you know, is not because of boots on the ground. Alrighty, getting into this next part, what I want to talk about is all the things I don't like about the game. So to start that off, the number one thing that I don't like about BO4 so far is the fact that they went from 6v6 down to 5v5. Now, from what I've heard, it doesn't really slow down the game. Now, we are in a beta, and we were, you know, everybody that's played the game was playing with super try-hard people that have played Call of Duty forever. So that might have been the reason that the game was faster paced. But overall, I don't see how the game can still be as fast-paced as it was and be 5v5. Now, I know they've said they've shrunk the maps down to be small and medium sizes instead of large sizes, but still, with them, they're removing an entire person from the game. That was the biggest issue with World War II for a while, is because of how slow-paced it was. With the addition of Ground War, it kind of picked it back up and brought a lot of people playing it again because it was fun again, because it was fast-paced. Now, they don't do Ground War, and they only have 5v5. I don't see how the game will be fast-paced at all. I think it'll be slow-paced, and I think people won't like it. Now, like I said, a lot of people have already played the game. They played it at E3, they played it at the pre-launch, and some people have said it is just fast as paced because of the smaller medium maps. I haven't played the game yet, so I'm not entirely sure. It could be fast-paced. I don't understand their thought process was when they decided to go with the, you know, 5v5 in the game. It just doesn't make much sense to me. Now, like I said, this is, you know, alpha talk. The beta is going to come out, and then you'll have the full game, so they very well could change it to 6v6 before the game comes out. That's pretty much with any of the pointers I'm making. I want to see the change between the, you know, alpha, beta, and then full launch of the game. Right now, I don't like the 5v5. If they keep it 5v5, as long as it's fast-paced, I'll be okay with it. But if it's not, then I don't see myself being happy with the 5v5. Hopefully the maps are made accordingly. That's what everybody's told me, but they've also only played a couple of the maps and this beta and alpha and everything else. So the next thing that and this is such a small detail, but I absolutely cannot stand, is the fact that the scoreboard does not show kills anymore. They are trying to focus the game on being more of a team player game, focusing on the specialists, all of that. And because of that, they're focusing on the damage dealt instead of the actual kills in the game. I don't like that. I'm the type of person that I like to focus on, high kill games. I like high kill games. I play the objective most games either way, but I also like to try to get a ton of kills. And being able to only track the damage I dealt just seems kind of like a weird thing to me, and I don't really like it. Now, like I said, that could be changed by the time the full game releases, but I did see a screenshot of one of the pro players that got to play the game before, that after the game, in the after action report, it actually does show the amount of kills you get, but you can't see them during the game. Now, with that, it might very well help people focus on the gameplay more, because they won't be able to see how many kills they got in the actual game to start with, like during the game, but they'll be able to see it afterwards. So it could be a good thing, could not be a good thing. Currently, I don't like the idea of not being able to see the kills as a person that likes to go for a ton of kills in a game, but that's just me. So, I could have hit a clip right there. Another big thing, and this is probably one of my least favorite things that they could have possibly done in the game, is the fact that you can only use one type of specialist per team. So if someone wants to use the Seraph, only one person on the team can use the Seraph. Now, there are like 8 or 9 specialists that I've seen so far, so there's going to be some that are not taken every time, and hopefully that's your favorite and you get to pick it. But I think that there's going to be a few that everybody loves, that everybody wants to use, and if you don't get it, then you just don't get it. You can't use the specialist you want to use. Like I said, they're really trying to focus on the team aspect of things, and if you've got like 25 Seraphs running around, you can't use each specialist to help the team. Now, do I like that? No. I see the point of why they're doing it. I wish they would not have done it, and I really hope they change it by the time the game actually comes out. But, Call of Duty has never been one for changing the game once they decided something is what they want to do. So, for all we know, it's probably going to stay that way. Like I said, they're bringing a bunch of specialists back from BO3. Seraph, the gravity spikes are coming back. A lot of the ones we like to play are coming back. A lot of the ones that people already use. But now, only one person per team can use them. The good part about that is the one special that's riot shields. You're only going to have one riot shield going against you. There's no way to have 2 of them. So that ends up being a plus. But like I said, I really can't stand the fact that you can only have one specialist per team. The combination of the one specialist plus the only being able to do 5v5 plus the not being able to see kills, like I said, they're really focusing on the team gameplay of the games. People not playing domination and trying to drop more kills and not focusing on the thing. I'm a player that I love going for the objective. I love playing for the objective. So for me, I love going for high kills. I love playing for the objective, so it's not as big of a deal as some players. I do know there's some players that go into domination because they're longer games just to grind out as many kills as they possibly can. And in that case, I understand why they're doing what they're doing. But I still don't like the 5v5. I don't like not being able to steal kills, and I don't like the one specialist per team. I think it was a bad idea for them to do it, and I honestly hope they change it, but I don't think they will. So the biggest things that I actually do like about the game are going to be the new health regen system and the sniping gameplay that I've seen so far. So the biggest thing with that health regen system that I enjoy is I think it's going to speed up the gameplay. So with them making it 5v5, like I said, I think that's going to probably slow down, but with the smaller maps, I could be wrong. With that new health regen system, I think it's going to speed the game up because you don't have to back up and sit there and wait for regen. I don't know if y'all played World War II when it came out, but the regen on World War II was the slowest I've ever seen in Call of Duty. And it definitely slowed down the gameplay because you were having to wait so long to regen your health before you wanted to push into battle again. Now on this new one, instead of auto regen, there is no auto regen whatsoever. You have to pop basically medkits or stim packs in order to get health. Now, by doing so, you can pop it and go. You don't have to sit there and wait for it to regen. You can do it while there's different ones that I've seen. I think there's like one that's a stim pack where you just stab it in you and it regens your health immediately and kind of has like a, you know, timer on it before you can use it again, which that's probably going to be the one I'm doing, as, you know, pushing into trying to hit clips and pushing up very quickly. Being able to pop that when damaged, hide behind wall real quick, pop that, and then go right back into fighting. I think that'll be a really good one. I think that type of thing is going to speed up the gameplay because of it. Now, you know, some people are not going to like that. Some people are. I personally am that one that is. As far as I can tell in the gameplay, it did not impede the gameplay at all. And like I said, in World War II, the regen was so slow that it slowed the gameplay down, and nobody wants that. Everybody wants quick, fast gameplay that's fun to watch, fun to play, and enjoyable to do. The second thing that I'm loving so far that I've seen is the sniper rifles in the game. Now, the sniper rifles kind of look like they're from Infinite Warfare. They definitely look more futuristic than some of the other guns I saw, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, the game is not futuristic. It's based in between like Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3, but, you know, the guns are a little bit more futuristic. They're more futuristic than like BO1 would be. So they definitely look, in my opinion, they look like a Widowmaker from Infinite Warfare, which I'm okay with that because I absolutely love the Widowmaker. But the sniper rifles look really good. Now, being that said, one of the things that they've added in the game that is probably my favorite thing is, instead of having a set amount of attachments or set attachments per class, like assault rifle, sniper rifle, shotgun, that type of stuff, every single gun has different attachments that are made specifically for that weapon and the playstyle that weapon is supposed to create. So some of the weapons have, you know, completely different. Some make them less recoil that I've seen. Some make them zoom in faster. There's even like secondary like perks. So like quick draw 1 is actually a perk or a attachment instead of a perk, and there's actually a quick draw 2 that makes this scope zoom in even quicker than the original quick draw would. I watched Sprat play. He was saying that the quick draw is so quick that the quick draw 2 was so quick that when he was using it, it was basically unplayable. He actually had to take it off in order to get a kill because he couldn't. It was zooming in so quickly he couldn't see anything. So that's gonna be awesome, especially if you can get used to using that quick draw 2 and used to zooming in super quickly. I think people going for super quick gameplays and super quick kills and clips using the quick scope, well, it'll look super good and super clean because of, you know, how quick it zooms in. You'll be able to get a lot of kills in a very quick succession, and it's going to look really nice. So those are the two biggest things so far that I've seen that I liked about the gameplay, other than the way it overall looks. You know, like I said, this is alpha gameplay, so a lot of things could change, a lot of things could be completely different than they were, but, you know, so in this next section, I just kind of want to go over all the extra stuff that they revealed during their multiplayer launch, and some of the stuff I have opinions on. The first one is obviously Blackout, the new Battle Royale mode. They haven't really released any information about it whatsoever, other than the fact it's 1,500 times bigger than Nuketown, and that's about it. That's about the only thing they've told us. And the fact that it's supposed to combine maps and guns and characters from all 3 Black Ops games, zombies included, so you can have a zombies character in the Battle Royale mode, which I think it'll be cool. I'm really hoping most Battle Royale modes are in this, you know, third-person shooter. I really hope they do first-person, because then it'll be different. It'll definitely be like a Black Ops Call of Duty game if they do it first-person like every other Call of Duty multiplayer has ever been, how their campaign's always been, how everything's always been. If they do it like that, I'll be excited to play it. You know, they haven't released us too much information. I don't know if it's going to be in the beta. I feel like they're running out of time to make it, especially since they have one less month and they haven't announced or released anything about it yet. Like, we have no information on it yet. So I'm really hoping that, you know, they finish it and they don't pull a World War II and release stuff 5 months after the game's already been out. So the next thing is obviously zombies. That's always been the biggest thing. Usually they drop one map right off the bat. they are now dropping 3 maps. Immediately the game comes out, you have 3 zombies experiences to play. All of them are different. All of them are different maps. They brought back the Mob of the Dead stuff. I'm not a big zombies player, but for having content to last years and years, I think it's a fantastic idea, and they've done a fantastic job by, dropping 3 maps. Obviously they don't have a campaign in this one, so I think they've had more time to focus on what people play the most, which is multiplayer and zombies. And then adding this blackout, I think, is just going to extend their fan base and their player base and give you more stuff to play, which is going to make the game last longer throughout the year and not die out as quickly. So I'm super excited about all the zombies maps. I've been a fan of zombies since Black Ops 1. I don't play them as much as, some people do, but I'm definitely going to be playing them for sure. So the biggest thing now, and I've seen a lot of people complaining about this, is the battle pass. The way they're Black Ops Pass, or I think it's Black Ops Pass is what it's called, is the way they're doing it. People are frustrated because a lot of games are releasing free content now. Battlefield 4 is going to have free DLC. Fortnite obviously releases new content all the time. What people fail to think about is how many guns has Black Ops 3 added into the game. They've added new maps for free. They've added the guns, so many different guns in it for free for you to get and play with, and people are upset that they're not going to be releasing all these new maps and stuff for free. Now, it's always been that way. You've always had to buy the battle pass or Black Ops Pass or Season Pass, whatever they call it, and I'm okay with it. I'm okay with putting money into a game to have extra content. Now, what I don't like is on this new pass is the fact that they say there's only going to be 12 maps, which we usually get 14. So I'm hoping because of that, they're going to be dropping the game with more maps to start off with, which will be fantastic. Now, and on top of that, instead of dropping like the 4 DLC packs a year like they used to, what it sounds like is they're going to be dropping more DLC more regularly throughout the year. So we might get 1 map here, 2 maps there, a couple more maps there. And if they do that, I'm going to be okay with it. Instead of dropping like these 3 maps at a time, waiting 4 more months, dropping another 3 maps, waiting 4 more months, dropping another 3 maps, they'll just be releasing regular content, which I'm super excited about. So that part I am definitely super excited about. So, but with that being said, that is about all I have to say about Black Ops 4. I'm really looking forward to the game. I think it's going to be a fantastic Call of Duty. I think people are going to be surprised by it because the hype isn't as crazy as World War II is. The hype isn't as big as World War II is. I think when people get the game, they're going to be more surprised than they think they are. As long as they keep its Black Ops roots, they make it a Black Ops game, because Black Ops 1, 2, and 3 have definitely been the best Call of Duties. Other than maybe Modern Warfare 2 might be the exception in there. But, overall, like, Black Ops has not failed us yet. Treyarch and Ron Nahar, they have not failed us once. And that's why I am beyond excited for this game. Even with the things I don't like, I know Treyarch has never let us down, and I'm still pumped and excited about the game. So, if you guys enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you have any questions or anything you want to add or any information I didn't say, just leave a comment down below. I'm going to respond and like and check out every single comment that I'll post. So, if you all have anything you want to ask me or any questions about BO4 or anything I didn't cover in the video, just let me know down in the comment section, and I will definitely respond as quickly as possible. But with that being said, I will catch y'all on the next one.